Welcome back, everybody, to the European Spring Regional Finals. The game is NaVi versus Dignitas, and Dignitas is in the 1-0 lead.
They are in the 1-0 lead, which could even be considered a 3-0 lead if you consider the games from earlier, and that's not going to be feeling good for NaVi.
Yeah, definitely not. And now we have Shire, a map who, of course, requires a lot of coordination between the players of the team. One of the most difficult maps actually to play in a mode like Hero League, because communication is so important here. Rotations are going to be incredibly important going into this next map now. And NaVi, let's just face it, they've disappointed at the tournament. They were handled as one of the teams that is a favorite to go into the grand final, to make it all the way to Korea, to qualify. And so far, they've lost against Dignitas already. They apparently barely made it through the losers match. They won it with a 2-0, but apparently the games were really close from what we've heard from teams that were watching them. So right now, they are down one map again, and Dignitas only needs to win one more map to advance to play tomorrow in the bracket.
Yeah, and we were a bit worried about Dignitas for a while there when they went down to My Insanity there. Well, they are our second place BlizzCon team. But like we said, with most of the teams here, they have had rosters shuffled around since the last BlizzCon style tournament that we did see them in. But we still want to see the names go through, and let us have a look at the teams.
And well, the game is starting up, and to the left side of the map we have once again Alex the Pro G playing for NaVi on his ditches. Li Ming, this time played by Crosby, as Danatan is playing Sonya. We have Eternal on Zeratul, and Grand Paquette this time on Rega.
And we have Team Dignitas with Bakery once again on Karazim, JPL on Johanna, Maina is on the Grey Mane, Snitch on Zagara, and Wooby is on the Thrall.
Well, the game is starting up now, and ladies and gentlemen, to the left side, these guys need your support. It is Team NaVi!
But looking to crush some hopes and dreams today on the right-hand side, one game away from going through, it is Team Dignitas!
This time a bit more of a damage build that we already see on Stitches with a heavy slam as a level 1 talent. Sonya is playing it rather safe, going for block, and we have already the totem build starting up here for Rega. It's important for NaVi to really make it work this time. They're already orientating themselves into the middle of the map, and here comes the fight. First fight. They go for it right away. Here comes the contempt, the snipe against Sonya, and NaVi already losing a hero this early in the game. That can't feel good.
That can't feel good at all. Apparently Twitch chat aren't putting enough. Give me your energy. Or take my energy. So Dignitas with the small lead at the start and are going for the standard rotating between the lanes, clearing up, and Snitch already still managed to set up creep.
Yeah, we also have, by the way, a block on Thrall here, not going for the chain lightning build at the start. He has to face the Sonya and also Zeratul to decide against this. But this is really where NaVi, they have to finally pull themselves together here. So far, they've disappointed at the tournament, and this is now their chance to at least force map number 3. But Dignitas, they've been solid against NaVi today, and they want to finish this out. They want to advance to the next round together with My Insanity.
Yeah, they want to do anything they can to do this. Eternal was missed there by the roaming squad of Dignitas. They did just run straight past him, but he did see them. So Danatan knows that they're here in this area, which is why we're seeing him play so far back. Very nicely done by Eternal there.
And Danatan, very safe, doesn't even leave the mountain, doesn't attack anything, waits patiently at the towers to get the experience here. We're having shrines change up at the top lane. It is Dignitas taking the first one and down to the bottom of the map. NaVi with a shrine on their own. They have to rely on the hooks. They're going to rely also on that totem dropped by Rega, especially after level 16 to isolate targets here. But already the battle between the melee assassin with the Eternal getting some help from Danatan as they're going for shrine number 2.
Yeah, they do have the top shrine, but Snitch was able to take control of the bottom one. He's currently 2 versus 1, but JPL arriving before NaVi are able to make any kind of play. So we're still going to be seeing the shrine trades for a little bit. Bakery even coming down here, just making sure that they're not losing that shrine.
With the setup that we're seeing for NaVi, especially, of course, that roaming Zeratul, Zagara is indeed part of the composition at the bottom of the map, not at the top where we usually see her. They're a bit afraid of leaving her alone here, so is at the bottom now, trying to push in, also getting more control thanks to the creep tumors. But up to the top lane, the 2 assassin types, the 2 bruisers are facing each other. Sonya going up against Thrall.
Yeah, the two bruisers just trading with each other as best as they can. Thrall does have the ranged ability, but both of these players did take blocks, so if they ever get into fights, the trading is going to be interesting. Bakery just going to beat on the tower a bit. He can dash out if he needs to. There's really nothing that can stop him doing this.
Charge Blast has been used for Li Ming, so this is actually a very interesting talent in the setup here. With two auto attackers, they are very strong. If you hit one of those missiles, then you can get extra damage against the target. So that's exactly what they're going to try and hope for. But already Eternal, wow, nearly dying as Bakery goes deep for a potential kill. Not successful though, but they poke again and they take Li Ming down. Mena going into Walking Form, jumping in the hook against Bakery. Dangerous, but not dropping him. Great start for Dignitas once again, and they are in control of two shrines and aim for the first Dragonite.
Snitch will get control of that. Dignitas with the lead here. They're going to move it up to the top lane to join Thrall here, and they're going to push hard with this. In the meantime, they're still soaking in every single lane, putting on the pressure and keeping the game in their field. Bakery doing a lot of damage to Grand Paqueta. Mena jumping in as well. Here comes Eternal from the side to try and get a snipe. There's the slow. In comes Bakery again, and Mena will get out.
Yeah, and of course, it's a huge commitment in the middle of the map where Dragonite is starting to pressure the top lane. Normally, you see teams rotate at least two heroes against the Dragonite. That didn't happen here. They were trying to get the kills in the middle of the map, which did not work for them. So they lose a lot of structures up at the top. Two towers fall and the gate. The Dragonite is still ready, can safely retreat, and it's also reflected in the experience that we see for Dignitas with that early level 7 talent.
Yeah, Bakery, though, has been found by Zeratul. He uses the Dragon Knight to dash out, and he will stay alive here. And Eternal has been doing a great job of being aggressive, but just hasn't been able to land the finishing blows on the people he engages.
We have a lot of cooldown reduction, by the way, also on Johanna, so lane pressure is going to be extremely important for them. They have good wave clear already, especially with Greyman and his cocktail build, plus Zagara, but battle momentum plus the Eternal Retaliation are going to help Johanna to also do some work here. Alex still looking for a decent hook, but they just don't get that target isolation that they're hoping for.
Yeah, Alex is still sticking with this full slam build, the full damage. Eternal once again having another go. Instead, he gets rooted and takes a huge amount of damage from the towers and Wubby there. But yeah, Alex very much relying on just this huge AoE damage, going for the big fights. Crosby does make it over the wall, but Dignitas, they're not just stopping because the hero they were trying to kill are getting away. They have the advantage in this lane, so they're just going to take the towers.
Yeah, they are again calling the shots and dictating the pace of the game here. Currently, NaVi is on the back foot, trying to play this safe, and you can already tell that Dignitas is aiming for an early level 10, which would translate theoretically into an additional Dragonite. Right now, Dignitas playing a great game here. It's working out very well for them. They start to take control over the map by also claiming camps now, and NaVi is definitely not in the spot where they want to be.
Yeah, they still will have a chance for comebacks once they hit the level 10s, but it's still going to be so much later than Dignitas, who are over halfway through level 9, and they're going to be able to just put so much pressure on with those. In fact, they already are moving into this area. If they see the cam, no, they're just going to try and get Alex instead.
They are the ones trying to chase heroes now. They go for Stitches, and they're going to get him. That entire Zeratul roam from start to finish did not work out for NaVi. Instead, it's Dignitas with the plays, chasing heroes all over the place. Level 10 is there. They go for the throat again, and now the pressure play, they can go safely down to the bottom of the map and drop that fort, get more experience, while Thrall at the top lane might be under a bit of pressure, but Wubby could even escape here. And again, it's three heroes that he's up against. So he binds three heroes himself.
Yeah.
Nobody defends the bot lane. Experience everywhere for Dignitas, and they are completely dominating the flow of the game.
Yeah, 1 versus 3 in that top lane. He still turns around and half health Rhaegar before he leaves the lane. We do see NaVi finally able to take control of that shrine in the top lane because it's a 3 versus 1. But Dignitas, they're once again going to be able to group up once they're done with the mercenaries and move up for a fight.
3-0 in kills, finally level 10s. Here comes the Void Prison, Wrath of the Berserker, the Ancestral Healing. Putrid Bile for Alex as he's trying to escape once again. Nice, but the palm! Great play here. Finally, NaVi starting to take a kill, a good Ancestral Healing. Also saving the teammate, but in this case, they just wait out the palm, take him down. That was good communication there. And finally, a glimpse of what we expect NaVi to do. Let's see if that is only the start of it, or if Dignitas is just going to turn this on into a fluke and says like, all right, we still got this.
Yeah, Disintegrate is here and ready, and it's being used so aggressively. Crosby doing so much damage to Wubby. Wubby getting focused, and he gets taken down. This is what NaVi needed. They get another, and NaVi take take control of the Shrine back. This is in the mid lane. Bakery, though, on the way for the denial, just in time.
A great Void Prism there as well, isolating so many heroes, and then it's kill after kill, reset on the cooldowns for Li Ming, and they get it in. Once again, the jump on Bakery, but Alex, he wants the Dragonite, and he gets it. They're starting to move in, and this is finally NaVi trying to make a couple of plays here. This is what we've been waiting for all day long. Let's see if they can translate that into an advantage. Dignitas is already pressuring lanes, and they are still ahead in experience and on their way to level 13.
NaVi, though, catching up so quickly. They've already evened up the kill count. We can see Alex not going super aggressive with this Dragonite. He does not want to get caught out or leave his team unattended. The team went back, got health, got mana, and now they can push as 4 in the mid lane, able to take down the towers with ease here.
Yeah, you don't YOLO a Dragonite like that. You just play it safe. You wait for the rest of your team, and he's just spamming out that Breath of Fire, finding a lot of heroes to himself now that have to rotate in. Dignitas is there in full force. They are trying to make sure that they get the level 13, that the Dragonite does not bust through one of these sports. And Zeratul at the same time splitting off from the rest of NaVi, soaking experience. They close that gap. NaVi is playing on eye level with Dignitas at this point.
Yeah, they're really catching up. They're about to hit 13, like you said. So talent completely even between the two teams now. Dragonite finally pops. They only really got a couple towers for it, but they denied it to Dignitas, denied any additional pressure. And now that they're on even talents, they can finally start taking fights in a decent position.
Earth Shield has been taken. Li Ming also playing with the Illusionist here. The Mega Smash as well. This is now NaVi's time to really shine. They can now move in. They have that Earth Shield too, which helps them. They're starting to try and steal a few of the camps away, but Dignitas is a bit faster, claims the Siege Giant camp here. Both of the teams still looking for experience, but it's all about that next Dragonite once those shrines are going to be announced.
Yeah, and look at Dignitas. Look how differently they're playing now that NaVi have caught up with them. They've given up on this hugely aggressive roam, and now they're playing a little bit further back, clearing their lanes, grabbing mercenaries, and they're not going for the snipes anymore because it's now very risky to do.
Exactly. At this point, they have to play a little bit safer. They are trying to capitalize on the level 10, of course, as well. But NaVi, for NaVi, it was actually incredibly important to get not only the Dragonite, but also the kills before that. If they don't make that happen, and Dignitas ends up in taking the second Dragonite as well, it's going to snowball completely out of the hands of NaVi. So at the last moment, they were actually able to really like hit the brakes there and say like, no, we are still in this. We are not going to give up this easily. We want to advance. We are down, but we are going to fight for every inch of this map.
Yeah, NaVi, they're up against the wall, and this is where they have in the past played the best. And they're going for Snitch right now. There's the Disintegrate. The Maw blocks Alex away from the rest of his team. The Void Prism, though, is huge from Eternal, giving NaVi a chance to reposition, but they're still caught behind all the Dignitas structures. Zeratul able to escape, but he's given up his team. He goes back in with the wormhole. Nice positioning there by Li Ming. She will take down the Grey Maid, but it's killed off by Bakery.
Yeah, and Sonya was never with the team. They were caught behind enemy lines, and they lose everybody. NaVi went deep, way too deep without Sonya. They were trapped, they were trying to buy time, but Danatan not with the rest of his teammates. And all of a sudden, that 5 versus 4 situation that Dignitas forced when they saw a chance against NaVi, and it's at the worst possible time with 4 heroes down. That Dragonite is up for grabs, and Snitch says thank you very much, and it's going to move into the middle of the map to drop the fort.
Yeah, this will be the second fort for Dignitas, putting on a great show here, and they're looking so strong. A 4-for-0 in the last fight. Heroics already all off cooldown except for Sundering.
Yeah, and well, this is level 16 right now. Already Eternal starting to move up at the top. They are trying to go for Wooby here, but of course NaVi, it's incredible. I mean, NaVi comes back after being behind, then one big communication mistake and a bit of greed forces 4 heroes down, and they fall way behind again. They lost nearly 1.5 levels through that engagement, and now as the Dragonite drops fort number 3 up at the top, they are way behind. Not only in experience, but also, of course, with that extra talent. And Dignitas, we've seen them exploit these advantages in the first season, series. We have seen it also in the first game, and they're just not stopping here.
Yeah, they're continuing to push this down. Dragonite, with only a little bit of time left, they're going to use the rest of this duration to, by the looks of it, to clear the bottom lane just to keep that pressure onto NaVi. Eternal getting out of there, does not want to get caught by himself. He's still been soaking XP, keeping NaVi in this game any way he can, because NaVi about to get their 16s too, so at least they'll be on even talents again.
And it's going to be a very important level 16 for them. Interestingly enough, by the way, we have Johanna going for Blessed Hammer on level 1. To be honest with you, looking at the setup here, I totally expected an imposing presence being taken on level 16, especially since Johanna, of course, is the only frontliner. If you for a moment disregard that Thrall is also up next to her. But that talent would have made a lot of sense considering how many auto attackers are in the setup of NaVi. At this point, Alex also abandons the entire slam build and goes for the fishing hook.
Needs it.
He definitely needs that. But we now have such strong talents here with that Earthgrass Totem. It combines so well with the level 1 talent here. We have also double bombs over the Rending Cleave on Zeratul. So strong talents overall on the side of NaVi that they can use to snipe any kind of target that is being hooked by Alex.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they need to do. They are behind in this situation, but a 5 versus 1 is still a 5 versus 1, and with that Stitches hook and the fishing hook talent, that is what they can potentially do, and that is their best way back into this game. And with that Li Ming damage especially, anyone who gets hooked in is probably not going to survive. Dignitas seeing them grouped up here around this mid lane. Bakery is the bait here. Alex gets the hook onto the Thrall here. There's the Disintegrate doing so much damage, and Wobby taking a lot here. There's the Sundering to interrupt though.
Nice healing on Alex, and he's still alive, but once again they're trying to chase him. Danatan is also being chased. Mystical Spear saves him. In comes the Void Prison at the bottom, allowing the rest of the team to get away. The hook was good. The problem was Rhaegar wasn't even with him. Could not use the totem to lock the target down, and then good play by Dignitas disengaging here, using the Sundering as well. It was not even a single kill that we saw in this fight though, and that try that is now being announced, that next Dragonite, it's going to be so crucial.
Yeah, Rhaegar using the totem in that fight, but unfortunately it only really caught Zagara, and Zagara just moored him. She was obviously aiming for more people as well, but only caught Rhaegar, so he wasn't able to follow up on the team, like you said.
Yeah, the problem is that Rhaegar was just a bit far behind. The only one that was really right next to Stitches was that Zeratul that was trying to get the damage in, but he just could not lock Thrall down.
Oh, Vader.
Long hook against Mane here. That was a close call right there. Dignitas is one level away from hitting their 20s, and now NaVi, they know they need to make a play now. If they get the Dragonite now and maybe a kill or two, then they are back in the game, but if they wait until the 20s, then Dignitas is going to run this show.
Well, Dignitas are attempting to grab anything now. They know Ancestral is still on cooldown, whereas they only have Sundering and more waiting to come back up. Void Prism also not available yet. In fact, pretty much everything is still missing for NaVi. So Dignitas were trying to put any aggression they can on, but they weren't able to catch him. Instead, going for Mercenary.
It's a really annoying situation for NaVi. They kind of need to force a fight. At the same time, they have to wait for their heroic abilities. It's really one of those lost situations. No matter what you do, you are going to end up in an unfavorable position. They're trying to sneak something in. Good choice to go for the camp here, but just look how close Dignitas is to the Storm talents, and finally most of the cooldowns are ready. Maybe Navi can force a fight before the 20 hits, but it is looking a bit tricky. Here comes the chance though with the
that's not good.
That's exactly what they needed. They go for Zagara, and they are not gonna go down. The Maw against 3. Snitch again with these Maws. The bomb triggered. Oh my god.
Eternal gets no, the Ancestral doesn't land, and Eternal, he goes down. The Whirlwind doing so much damage. Everyone thinks it's so low, but they keep alive. The shield onto Johanna, and they stay alive. The full team wipe from Dignitas.
Unbelievable. And there comes the go straight for the keep. Dignitas with the 20 talents. What a setup for Navi. They get the Void Prison against Zagara. Everybody's there. It's a 5 versus 2. And Snitch is still able to stay alive. The Maw is too good. Bakery's palm gets triggered. The keep is down. Navi is being attacked. Navi is going to fall.
And that is going to be GG. And Dignitas will advance to the next round along with My Insanity. Amazing play by them.
Dignitas capitalizing on Navi's mistake, and Navi throwing the situations. They had their chances. Dignitas and My Insanity, they advance to the next round of the regional finals.
Wow, what exceptional play. This is not the Dignitas we saw play against MYI. This is the Dignitas we saw play against NaVi in the first round. They seem to have got their focus back.
NaVi with huge mistakes here, though. I mean, they clumped up against that Zagara. I mean, it's Captain Obvious called them all, and NaVi apparently didn't hear it because they was just sitting there waiting for a 3 get trapped. Then they trigger the palm. Zagara survives for so long thanks to the maul. The rest of the team rotates in and they turn it around. If Zagara dies there early on, then it's a completely different ball game. And even before that, they were so even. Then they dive deep for that Zagara kill at the fort in the middle, and they lose 4 heroes with Sonya not even being in the fight. Danatama's at the top, but they went in anyways, and suddenly it was a 5 versus 4. They lose way too many heroes, and Dignitas just capitalizing on every single mistake that NaVi made.
Can we just talk about Snitch for just a moment, in the fact that every single game he's been playing so far, his positioning, his Moors, his focus has been absolutely on point. The Moors always hitting 2 or more people. His positioning, like the reason that NaVi was so out of position in between those fours was because they were trying to kill him and he baited them in.
Also the patience that he actually had with that Moor at the end. Most people would, after that Void Prison is over, immediately drop the Moor and Freak, but he didn't hit the panic button. He actually waited. He moved around them, waited until they clumped, and then waited straight for it. So yeah, that was absolutely great play here from Snitch, and definitely I mean, that was the winning moment right there.
Yeah, that was the winning moment, but for now, we're going to head over to the main stage where Marcella has an interview with the Dignitas captain, Bakery.
Thank you. Yeah, that's true. I'm here at Bakery, and congratulations. You can hear everyone there really happy. You're always picking Karazim if you can, and Divine Palm. But I hear a lot of people don't really like him anymore so much, so why do you still like him that much?
No, it's true. A lot of people don't like him, including my team, who keep telling me to pick Tassadar. But I persevere. I keep telling them Karazim's the best. You just gotta pick him. He wins every game. And I mean, I think he lost quite a lot of power after the scaling changes. And a lot of people that weren't like as practiced on Monk decided to swap him out for other more reliable supports, such as like Vega and obviously Tassadar. But I'm still really comfortable on him, and he's definitely my favorite hero. So.
Yeah, you still show that he's a really great support. And well, everyone loves Greymane at the moment, but is there anything special that you guys like about him?
So a lot of people don't realize how good Greymane's wave clear is, and that's what we've been doing all day. We've been having him soak side lanes, we've been having him push out like big waves, and when you use him like that, he becomes impossible to play against.
And how do you feel about tomorrow? Do you have any expectations?
So I think we'll probably be playing Fnatic, which is obviously quite an interesting game for me personally, as obviously Swimpy and Ethereum, 2 of my close friends and former teammates, are on that team. So it'd be bittersweet winning as well, because I actually want to go to Korea with them, but there's also a part of me that wants to just beat them because they left. So
it's going to be really exciting. All right, so let's get back to Kalaris at the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Marcella.